And you need to get rid of them excuses, and you need to stop pointing fingers at people. And you need to start pointing fingers at yourself. What did you not do? And the reason why we fast from time to time is not that we have to fast, but at some point, you gotta fast because you gotta tell the flesh who's in control. I'm in control. You're not in control. I know you don't want to wake up. You don't have an option. Get up. We trying to eat. There's a certain lifestyle we want. Because I owe it to myself. And can't nobody stop me but me. You are not where you want to be, not because you need any more gifts. You need to discipline yourself. You need to learn to tell you no, tell you stop, tell you quit. You got to get to a point where you're disciplined. It might require you saying no to your friends. It might require you changing your diet. Whatever it takes, you got to be willing to do it. And you keep saying you're not there because of something else, because it's easier to blame somebody else. I have to take complete ownership. I had to look at all the things that I didn't have control over and say, I got to take control. Why? When you master yourself, you put yourself in a position that a lot of people can't do what you do, and then you become rare. And diamonds are rare. That's why they cost so much.
You have to be willing to grit it out. You have to be willing to push through discomfort. Nothing that you're about to try or do that is worthwhile is going to be comfortable for you during the process of creating it. Stop with this hope, stop with this I wish, and start replacing those terms with I will fucking do, no matter what.
It's a commitment. It's not a feeling. Commitments don't have nothing to do with your feelings. You do it because you're supposed to.
It's a lifestyle. Instead of hitting that snooze button in the fucking morning and not making your bed and not cleaning your house, you don't hit the snooze button. You get up. You don't want to go run, you go run. You don't want to go swim, you go swim. You don't want to make your bed, you make your bed. You don't want to clean your house, you clean your house. You don't want to study, you fucking study. That's how you start to callous your mind. It's going to suck. It's not going to be fun. Do something that sucks every single day of your life. That's how you grow.
Make every day your masterpiece. The secret of your success is determined by what we do daily.
And here's the crazy part. All you got to do is look in the mirror. All you got to do is deal with yourself, and then we're going to get to a whole other level.
Embrace the pressure. Pressure creates diamonds. Start to take the pressure that you feel from what it is you want to do and turn that into productive action. Let it be the thing that makes you get where you want to go when everybody else is just taking it easy.
No more playing after today. I need you to take control over every single area, and we're going to do it one day at a time. And you're going to get control, and then someday going to be your day.
Welcome back. Where's my camera, ladies and gentlemen?
There he is.
Look at this fucking stud this guy is.
Look at this. Look at this.
Look at
He's
this
trying to switch his camera angles. This is live. This is
Yeah.
live action, people.
Live action. There we go. Now we're figuring. Now we're going places now.
Yeah. Hello, darkness, my old friend. There he is.
It's Winning Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. We're back.
We are.
We're back to talk more, as George McDougal would say, positivity.
Positivity.
I'm your host, James. Joining me, as always, is my portly fellow friend, Garrett, host of Sergeant and the S word. I don't want to finish that because we're on the YouTubes.
On the tubers.
So, to start off the show, please go find our Winning Wednesday YouTube channel. Subscribe, share, come and hang out and chat, comment. We're trying to grow our YouTube audience so we can bring more people over to our other show where we gangbang on the government and
all day
put these evil bastards on blast.
Yep.
This show is just to keep everybody's mind right while they're going through all the suck, because it's part of the battle, right? We're in this war.
100%.
We're in this war because that's what we're at. We're in a war. And part of this war is the mental game, and they try to wear you down so that you just accept it and give up. And that's literally what they try to do.
And they're good at it. It's effective.
Very good at playing the long game. They're very good. I mean, it's very demoralizing. That's one of their main goals, is to demoralize the population. They're very good at that. They're good at making it seem hopeless, like there's nothing you could do. This is the world that we live in, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm here to tell you that that's not the case at all. And it all starts up here in your head.
The good old noodle, the think tank.
And we need to realize that our mind is the most powerful thing that we have. And we have total control over what comes in and what comes out of our heads.
Yep. It's a very powerful tool. It can also be a very powerful jail.
Oh, without a doubt. But it's just like any other muscle. Like you don't expect to just wake up and have big, strong muscles and you're totally fine.
Why? That's not realistic.
Oh no! I mean, I wish it was.
Can't just
22-inch pythons just wandering around.
Deuces.
Yeah, just out here, 22 inches. Hollywood Hulk Hogan over here. Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Here we go.
I'm more of a macho man guy. Macho man.
Oh, you're a macho man guy.
I mean, who doesn't love Hulk Hogan if you grew up in the, the era we did?
To the top. Oh yeah.
I was actually neither person.
Were you an Ultimate Warrior guy?
Nah, I was a Sting guy.
You puss.
I was a Sting guy, and I was a Stone Cold.
It all makes sense now.
Stone Cold Steve Austin guy. That was my guy. And it's funny, as I got older,
you probably like Gold Dust too.
No, fuck Gold Dust. Fuck Gold Dust. But I liked his wife Marlena with the big fat cigar and them fat titties. Oh my god, loved Marlena. She was the best in her gold dress and her fat cigar.
I was a Trish Stratus fan.
I love Trish Stratus all the time. She was the best. Corey Wilson. Oh my goodness, we go on.
Best thing out of Canada is the women.
Dude,
they have so many hot chicks in Canada.
One of my first crushes of all time. Like my crush line, it was like Sable.
That's a good one.
Not Sable. It was Pink Power Ranger. Pink
Power Ranger. Good.
That was my first crush. First crush.
Okay.
And then it was like Kelly Kapowski and Topanga.
Topanga was one too.
Both of them. And then like it hit Sable, and Sable was my crush. I had a huge crush on Sable, and then I looked back.
Isn't she Brock Lesnar's wife?
Yeah. Now she was married to Mark Romero at the time, and now she's Brock Lesnar's wife. But I look back and like, man, what was I doing? She was not all that. She just had a fat set of tits, and I was a horny 12-year-old looking at those fat tits like, holy Christ, what are those?
What are those things?
What are those things?
It's so true.
It's so true. Then Deborah came into the mix. She can get it. The women in wrestling.
She can get it, he says.
Oh, absolutely. In her pantsuit and dress.
Yeah.
Oh, Deborah McMichael. Loved her. Loved her. She was married to Mongo Michael, then Stone Cold Steve Austin. But man, I forget what I was going with that point until we started talking. Wrestling, because as I got older, I was not. I like after my wrestling career, where I really watched wrestling, I really grew a strong appreciation for this guy.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
That's my guy, Ric Flair.
Little Ricky Flair.
Guy's an absolute legend. Did you ever see the 30 for 30 on Ric Flair?
Yes, it's very good.
Fucking awesome.
Very good.
Amazing. The guy just exudes big dick energy.
Did you see? I don't know if it's on Prime. I've watched a couple of them on Prime, but did you see the Jake the Snake one?
Oh, I think that's Vice.
Was it Vice? I got it off of Prime.
Or A&E biography.
Maybe I watched it on Prime. On the Prime
is
channel.
It with Diamond Dallas Page, where he's teaching him how to be sober?
No. It was. I've seen that one, but it's also another one where it's just like going after him. It shows how like Dallas dragged him out of where he was at and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, they had another good one on Shit, what was I watching? It was a real. There's a couple of them on Prime that they do the wrestlers, and they like go back on them, and they do like a full like hour documentary on them, and
there's a bunch of really good ones.
There's a bunch of good ones.
I actually Peacock TV has the WWF network, and it'll always be the WWF network to me. It'll never be WWE.
Yep,
they had the WWF network, so I'm watching on my spare time, which isn't much. So I've been in 1996 for the better part of this year.
Yeah,
but I'm watching the Monday Night Wars from 1996 all the way up to like 2004. I want to go to, and it's fucking awesome, dude. The things that they were doing back then, they could not do today. Oh my!
They were saying. There was a clip that came up of Vince McMahon talking to John Cena, and he's like, "What up, my ninja?" And I was like, "What?" He just said this on TV.
There was a scene where Farouk put Ahmad Bradshaw in a noose, and they were dragging him around the ring. And I'm watching this like, wait a second, wait. That was like to be able to do this stuff, and
this was like your Thursday night SmackDown.
It was okay. No, it was Monday Night Raw. It was Monday Night Raw.
Start your week with that shit.
Yeah, they're dragging him on Bradshaw. In
even the shit that The Rock used to say, like about women and stuff.
Dude, it was a totally different ball game. I could not believe what I was watching. I was like, wait a second, I was a kid watching this. This is
I remember we used to watch on Thursdays. We'd watch SmackDown, and like everybody get a 6-pack like when we were seniors in high school, and we would just watch wrestling every Thursday at my buddy's house.
See, that's funny because you were in high school during like prime wrestling when WWF was in its peak, like Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. I was still like in elementary school and middle school. Because I stopped watching.
I was like a junior or a senior. We would watch it every time.
Like my 8th grade year, I think it was. Mm-hmm. I stopped watching it. So like 2002. Well,
we had Nintendo 64 in that Rumble game. Remember the wrestling game?
Dude, are you kidding me?
So that's what. Okay.
WWF No Mercy, WWF WrestleMania, WCW versus NWO.
Yeah,
I have them currently.
Yeah.
I have an N64 at my house, and I have those games currently. That's how good they were.
They are, no. So that's what we used to play all the time. Like, come back in. That was when like GoldenEye and shit was out.
Oh, dude, I'll wax anybody in GoldenEye right now. I got it.
It's good, right?
I got it. I will wax. Everybody at GoldenEye. Come see me. No odd jobs. If you use odd job, you're no odd job. Everybody
you can't find him.
Yeah, you can't shoot him. He's too short.
Yep.
Piece of shit. This guy. I will wax anybody at that. Great game.
I remember hours on that thing, man.
Hours. Greatest gaming console of all time. The greatest gaming console of all time. Not even question, bar none.
Yeah, what, 64?
64. It's not even close.
It was a good one.
Not even close. So many good memories as a kid. Playing that game, staying up all night.
Yep.
It was epic, and I can't believe I was so short-sighted.
NBA 2K on there.
Traded my original N64 for a PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Go back and get another N64 in my adult life because I missed it so much. But like, I have friends that still have their original N64 and all of their original games from when they were kids, and I'm like, man, you are brilliant. You are a smart man.
Yeah, I didn't have that much. I mean, I was one of those people. I'm not like a hoarder, except for certain things. But that stuff, it was like when I got the new one, it was like, all right, passed it on my old console to somebody else, or like one of my friends' little brothers or something, you know?
Yep. No, I wish I was a hoarder in that aspect. I had FOMO. I wanted PlayStation 2.
You know what we still got? Those wrestling figures.
Bro.
The full ones with the ring.
No. Garrett, you don't understand. You don't understand. I probably have 200 of those at my parents' house in a
Like
box.
the Big John Stud and all them, and like Andre the Giant, or do you have the thumb butt ones, or do you have the full? I'm talking about like 1980s wrestling figures, like
I have
like
all
Junkyard
the 90s.
Dog, British Bulldog.
Those
like,
are worth a lot of money, but I have the 90s. Like I have the Stone Cold Steve Austin era.
no, I'm talking about that. We have like the ring and everything.
I have the ring. I have the Titantron. I have all of that. I have all the accessories. Like I have everything. I have like Shawn Michaels as a commissioner. I have the Godfather.
Oh, I'm way older.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I have Jim Cornette. I have every variation of The Rock. Like you name a wrestler, I have him.
Yeah.
Val Venus. I have fucking Val Venus. Hello, ladies.
Yeah.
I have,
think about that character for a second.
Val Venus. Yeah, he was a giant porn star. Like just that character alone. He was just supposed to be a porn star, a horn dog. You can never look at Godfather. Like you couldn't have a Godfather character today. The whole thing, like the fucking whole thing. What? Like if you called women hoes today in 2022, you're getting canceled. You're immediately getting canceled, and you're the worst.
You got the pussy hat wearers showing up at your front door.
The Me Too movement is going to lose their shit because you run around screaming the hoe train, and you have a bunch of beautiful women walking behind you as you're going like this because
it's fantastic,
dude. I would love to go back. Oh, some great time.
I know.
But this is exactly, you know what? This is exactly what you need. So I talk about this all the time because, these evil fucks, they control everything. They're involved in everything. They have control over literally everything.
As we're seeing more and more too, being exposed every day.
All of our entertainment, all of our business, our economy, they control everything. And there's certain things that you could do, but I'm a realist. And you say to certain people like, hey, stop watching or stop doing these certain things because evil is involved in it. Whether it's watching sports, watching movies, whether it's going to a theme park, whatever it may be that you love and you enjoy, that you recently found out. Because the reality is the majority of people have recently found out about these evils, have just learned about these evils within the past couple years. Okay. So now those people who have been watching sports every week, watching their favorite team, going to Disney theme parks, watching certain movies, shows, etc., they all of a sudden get hit by a Mack truck. They're like, wait a second, I can't partake in this. These are evil organizations. They dabble in evil. And I know it's very difficult, but in reality, Garrett, if you do that, you're gonna take all of the joy out of your life. You're gonna take everything that you enjoy and remove it, unless you have like a really strong like outdoor hobby, or you do something that doesn't require entertainment, and you don't have groups of friends. Like for example, sports. I talk about it all the time. I took 2 years off of really paying attention to sports. Because I was so sick.
I mean, I hate baseball to begin with, but I took so much. I mean, last year was the first year I went to a Giants game in probably about like 4 or 5 years. And then we went to the Giants game last Saturday, Giants Eagles, because Randy's Eagles fan. So we used to go Giants Eagles every year. But I didn't even watch football. But once my son started getting into playing football and stuff again, he wanted to learn and everything else. So it kind of got me back into it. But I mean, it's so hard, especially for guys like us. It's like the commercials come on and we're like, propaganda. God damn it. But
it's not even the commercials anymore. It's in the game. Like
100%. Like on the back of the helmets and I know the end zones. It's like, come on, man, just play the game. But it's like we've said before, it's modern day gladiators.
Oh, without a doubt.
Distract the peasants.
But here's the thing. I didn't miss the sports themselves so much. I missed the relationships and the bonds and the fellowship that I had surrounding the sport. Just the shit talking with my friends, the relationship that I have with my father that surrounds sports, the fantasy football, the fellowship that I had with my friends, I missed thoroughly. Like it's something I really, really missed because I wasn't paying attention to sports. And
you doing fantasy this year?
Oh yeah. Definitely doing fantasy this year. It's but it's something that I learned that I was like, you know what? If I was, because of what we do, covering the nonsense that we cover and the evil that we cover, I was consuming nothing but negative content. And I was doing my positive videos in the morning, but I was so consumed in what I was doing.
Yeah, that 1 hour didn't that 1 hour didn't offset the 10 hours of research and everything else coming in.
Exactly. Yeah. And it wasn't just that. Like I wasn't doing any, because you have to realize I used to have hobbies that didn't surround sports and entertainment. I would actually go and play the sports. Like I played adult wood bat baseball on Sundays. I used to train and do jujitsu and Muay Thai and wrestle. And I used to do all of these things before my car accident. I used to go snowboarding. I used to go surfing. I used to go and do these are things that I really enjoyed. But once I got into my car accident, I couldn't do all of those things anymore. So it made it even more difficult for me to find something to do that wasn't surrounding this evil.
You know, no, it is. Well, and you get into that, like the little bit, I don't know if you want to call it a slump or like a little bit of like that, like that momentum of like, okay, well, I can't do this anymore, so I'm going to put all my time into this. And like, I know you're like me, like when you love something or you're really interested about something, you dive in, but boom.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So whether it's sports, whether it's training, whether it's whatever it is, or whether it's like what we're doing, gangbanging on government, exposing conspiracies, everything else, like we dive headfirst into that stuff, and we want to make sure we're well-rounded, well-versed, knowledgeable.
It's not that I don't love doing what we do. I fucking love it.
No, I know, like, but it's tough. It's mentally draining.
It's mentally draining. And I realized I needed to do things that bring enjoyment to my life, that make me happy outside of what I'm doing for the show. And part of that was bringing sports back into my life. Part of that was, you know, this I did a long time ago, because I have been doing this for so long that I've went through a lot of these stages already. Sports was the newest one in the 2020s. Like I knew it was bread and circus, but again, I just loved, that's what I did growing up. Like it's all I cared about as a kid, sports. So it's something that I really, really enjoyed, and I never really blocked it out. But you know, there was times where I didn't watch movies because of Robert, like Goodfellas and Casino, two of my favorite movies. Piece of shit.
I know. But it's even like House of Cards, great fucking show. Kevin Spacey, piece of shit.
Pedophile.
Yeah.
Pedophile.
Pedo.
But
proven pedo.
But been on Epstein's Island. But
but
you know, you need to figure out how to separate the work from the artist, from the individual. You need to figure out how to still be able to watch sports, but not have it be your whole entire life and take away from what's important.
So I agree with you. How do you deal with it? Because you know there's a ton of black pillars out there right now. They're like, "Fuck you, man. You shill. Blah 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 blah. You're going this green, man. Blah blah." Because you know there's people like that everywhere. Like they can't.
They subscribe to groupthink instead of free think. They subscribe to, you better think the way that we think. Otherwise, you're a shill. Otherwise, you're controlled opposition. Otherwise, you're this, you're that. Fuck them. Like
I know. I mean, it don't bother me, but you know, you're gonna go like, and that's what I try to tell people, because people will like say stuff to me sometimes, and I'm like, if you know what's funny, I've survived 40 years on this planet, not giving a fuck what you think.
No, so, but it's not even
what an idea.
What a fucking wild idea.
Whoa.
It's not even just that. We are fighting, like I say all the time, me and Alan don't agree on everything, and we're co-hosts. Like we don't. I mean, Garrett.
We had him on Monday, and like we were talking about some picking of people, because I don't want to say it to get us ripped off of YouTube, but the picking of the people that run things. That's the easiest way for me to put it. But I was like, he starts talking and saying stuff about it. I'm like, this is perfect, because like I listen to you guys, I listen to Alan, I listen to all our boys and and ladies. I was just like, dude, I don't agree with everything you say. Like we fight on certain things. Like I'm like, no, it's bullshit. Time. I don't fucking buy it. Yep, I know, but it's okay.
And it's okay. But I use myself as a reference because that's what I know, and that's what I'm going through. But the reality is, I know that so many people are in way worse situations because it's not like they're trying to get away from their work. They're trying to get away from life. Like they're living paycheck to paycheck. They're struggling to put food on their table. They're working 2-3 jobs. Gas is $1 million. There's no food on the shelves. They're wondering if they're going to be able to get Christmas gifts for their children. Like this is what the situation is for many, many Americans. And they're in such a negative space and dark hole, not because they're researching all this negativity, because they're living all of this negativity.
Well, it's reality for a lot of people. It's not just the Instagram space or the metaverse or everything. It's real life, everyday grind that gets to the people.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yep.
And on top of it, these people are now learning about all the evil and negativity that goes around these places. And they're like, you know what? I'm done with it. I'm no longer consuming it, this, that, and the other. And then they're finding themselves sitting here on the little free time that they have, that they're miserable because they have nothing fun to do. They don't know what to do with themselves. And maybe that's a good thing, because we talked about all the time that you have to be comfortable with yourself. You have to be comfortable being alone. If you're not giving your best self, how do you, and you don't love your own self, how do you expect someone else to love you? 100%.
But like we also say too, I agree, it's balance. You got to have the balance.
Bingo.
And that's and we say it all the time. And I say it in training. I say it, in life. Like if you're unbalanced in any which way, whether it's too much work, not enough play, too much play, not enough work, too much research, not enough living in the moment. Any unbalance of that. I mean, our constant goal is like, none of us are ever perfect, right? There's times we've talked about this before. I know my wife always says it too.
Do you not see me? I am perfection, dude. I am.
You couldn't even say it with a straight face, Bubby.
I am so perfect. Look at me.
You are a perfect mess. You are absolutely right.
I am the definition of perfection.
Listen, I'm not either, but like the balance is that's the balance. I'm wild, man. Yes. But the balance is the goal, right?
Yes, without
to have that balance, whether it's fun, whether it's research, whether it's work, whether it's play, whether it's relationships, whether it's gratitude, whether it's not having envy and doing all those other things, man. Like I think that's a big perspective that gets lost, especially in our modern times because of the IGs and all those accounts, and you're seeing these influencers living their best lives. Like, where's your Bugatti? Where's your yacht? Blah, 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 right?
Top G. I'm top G. Cobra. Bugatti. I got Cobra. A Bugatti.
I know. It also sounds like he's got a dick in his mouth, but whatever. You have to. He does make some very good valid points on a lot of things.
I'm a big fan of message over messenger.
Yes. Me too.
I'm a big fan of message over messenger.
Well, that's balance too, right?
Well, yeah, and to an extent, but that's a big. I was talking about it with Garrett. It's a big problem within our movement that people get so caught up on who is saying what and what their background is, and they're forgetting about the contents of what they're saying. And
we had a long talk about that after last episode.
A huge problem in our movement is who's the cool kid. Like who do we have that's cool, that like the young generations that are like, yeah, I want to be like him.
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, come on. Fucking Herb.
He is a Herb. I mean, he's got some good messages over Messenger, some things, which is fine. He's a total fucking tool.
He's a total tool, dude. Look at the liberal left and the celebrities and the people that they pull out to get across their message. And whether we like it or not, Whether we agree with it or not, that is what's effective. That is what works.
No, you're absolutely right. See, my problem, just from my perspective, always, right? And I have people like there's a lot of kids, they like idolize football players and stuff, and that's why the messaging is so important for me. For me, it's so hard to grasp it. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just hard to grasp. Like I don't envy people. Like I don't want autographs from people. Like that's just not my style.
But that's the reality.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. Like I have to get out of my think process of like that, because like to me, it's not even in my in my stratosphere. Like I'm like I don't envy another man. Like that's not me. But that's 95% of the population. They want to be like this guy. They want to be like Michael Jordan, or they want to play golf like Tiger Woods, or they want to do all that stuff.
As a kid, I thought I wanted to be Stone Cold Steve Austin. I ran around recess to giving everybody Stone Cold Stunners, and then I would tell them to suck it. And I'd be like,
shocker, didn't see you doing that.
Oh, I did that all day at recess.
Yeah.
I was a maniac, dude.
Generation X.
I told everybody to suck it, and I still do. It's one of my
favorite
reasons. I told people to suck it at the fucking Alamo, dude. I was at the Alamo, and I turned around, and I told Justin Natley, Vance, Sheep No More, and Reverse Mockingbird. I told them all to suck it at the Alamo.
Did you almost died at the Alamo for that?
Yeah, the guard watching the Alamo was not a fan of me.
He did not find you funny.
No, she said, "Please don't do that." I said, "But I just did."
Of course you did.
Well, don't do it again. I said, "Okay, ma'am. I was just having some fun with my friends. You want to be a party pooper? Go for it." But it's something that we need to figure out as a party, as a movement, as if we want to move forward. Because at the end of the day, even though you and I both are in agreement that it's stupid, you should never idolize anybody, and you should be your own man and do what you think is right, regardless of what others think. The reality is most people don't live that way. Most people live like, okay, I'm going to wear something because these celebrities are wearing it, because it's trendy, because it's the cool thing to do. Like that's what everybody does. Like look at all of these social media trends that go around, like the ice bucket challenge and the ranking and all
the TikTok dances.
Yeah, all these things that come along because it's the cool thing to do. And that's the only reason that they exist, is because it's the cool thing to do. And we don't have that. Really think about
on the conservative side, we definitely don't. I mean, like, what's your coolest guy? I mean, realistically, coolest guy, what? James O'Keefe?
That's sad.
I know. That's what I'm saying. But cool, I mean, he does funny shit.
He's corny. Like he does it on purpose. Like he's corny.
Oh, he's a drama kid, dude.
Yeah, he is a drama.
He is. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just like, I mean, the drama kids are the cool kids now, right?
I know.
If you go to high school and stuff, like the athletes aren't the cool kids anymore, so on and so forth, right? It's too much taxes.
So when we were kids, if you were in drama, you got made
I know.
fun of. Like, not saying it was right.
I'm not saying it was right either, but yeah.
But like,
band.
Like that was like
band.
Well, no, band was a little different. Band was a little different.
Not the type of band by my school. Listen, you're ripping fucking guitar shreds, whacking on the drums as you're not like.
Time out.
Why? Did you play the skin flute? What's the matter with you?
I played the drums. I played the drums in middle school.
My father was a drummer too.
I started out with the saxophone. I said, "Nah, fuck this. I'm going to drums."
Drums is a good time.
So, the reason why I did band was not because I wanted to play.
Oh, so you were in the band, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
So that's why you're coming to the defense. Look at the face change.
There's no defense. There was clear logic in my decision.
All right, go ahead, buddy. Justify your stupidity.
This is why I switched to drums, because then they put me on the bass drum, and all I had to do was this. Because I played the triangle. Yeah, I'd play the triangle or something. But the whole reason why I joined band was because at the end of the year, every year, the band got to skip a school day and go to Dorney Park, theme park. So I saw that as an opportunity to not only skip school, but go to a theme park and have a fuck ton of fun with my friends who also joined the band to do the exact same thing, to go to Dorney Park at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did.
For us, I remember you had band and you had chorus like in middle school, right?
Yeah, chorus. You didn't get to go to Dorney Park for chorus.
No, and I would always be like, I'm doing woodshop, but or do something else. But then I remember my 8th grade year, I was like, I'm gonna do chorus because all the hot chicks are in chorus. Can't sing a lick.
Garrett in chorus, I can only imagine. Garrett,
I was a baritone.
Give us a tune.
I don't have any tunes.
Oh, Christmas carols?
No. Oh, Christmas tree. That's all I got, Bubba.
Silent.
I'm more of that doo-wop guy that was on the end going boop, 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 boop. Right? Like Home Alone.
Yeah.
Doop, doop.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Snapping your fingers.
Yeah. Snap your fingers. That's the best light. You ever see that meme or like that person's house with that song? They have the lights going to Little John.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's good. My brother-in-law sent me one yesterday where it's somebody's Christmas thing and it's like all animated, but it's a guy delivering a pizza dressed as Santa and he's on the front yard and then he gets into a gunfight with everybody and he's like, I'm just trying to deliver my pizza in 35 minutes, and it's a whole light show on the house, like that Little John thing.
That one's a really cool one. My favorite one.
Did you see that one?
I've never seen that one, but I
gotta send it to you.
My favorite one is the System of the Down one.
That's a good one too.
What do you got?
Yeah, yeah. That's Christmas, right?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Well, they're trying to be festive and still be hard.
Oh yeah. So we need to figure that out because it's a big issue. It really is. The messaging is not getting across. There's like,
well, you had some good examples. Like let's name off some guys that we were or ladies that we were thinking that are pretty, conservative viewed that could do a good impact. Now, I said Pitbull, right? Pitbull speaks out a lot because he comes from Cuba and everything else, and he's very smart. But is Pitbull old now?
Yeah, Kodak Black.
You're younger, so who's the cool kids? Like Pitbull, I'm like, oh, he's cool, but I'm also 40.
Instead of inviting Charlie Kirk and these dweebs tomorrow live,
all the time.
Invite Kodak Black, invite ASAP Rocky, invite like these guys. Like they tried it with Lil Pump, and Lil Pump, I don't think has enough star power.
Yeah.
And I think it was too short. Like they did it once. They didn't continue with it. Like if we're going to reach these younger generations, if we're going to reach these people, this is what we have to do. Unfortunately, it's not something that I'm like, yeah, this is what I want to do, but it's reality. And this is the game that we're playing. And if we want to move forward and grow, we have to make it cool to be conservative. We have to like the consensus is we're a bunch of fucking losers like Charlie Kirk who just are a bunch of losers. Like you look at those guys, you're like, yo, you're so cringe, dude. Like
I know
what you're saying makes sense and I agree with it, but you're a fucking loser.
I know you're a tool.
Like I do not see myself hanging out with you for fun. Like, hey, let's go fucking hang out with Charlie Kirk. Let's go hang out with Ben Shapiro. Like
Ben Shapiro. Even though I agree with some stuff he says, like I know
that sounds painful to do. Like that doesn't
Ben
even,
Shapiro, yeah.
Like even Charlie Kirk, like these.
We're
guys
not gonna have fun. We're not gonna have fun. Not gonna have fun. Yeah, and you had a very good point the other day where you're like, people think like conservatives are just like rich white people sitting in like country clubs like planning stuff. They don't think they're like or rednecks. They don't think they're like wild men like us that like to go out and have a good time and still have fun and go to concerts and
I like to do drugs.
James does, yes. Not me.
I just took my microdose for the morning live on air.
There you go, Bobby.
Vitamins. I'm smoking weed
like them?
As we're talking, which is, again, do I like them, the vitamins?
Mm-hmm.
They're a game changer. And
are they? Yeah, I remember we were talking about them a little bit.
Garrett, I wish I had these when I was younger.
Do you think it helps with your ADHD?
1,000%.
I gotta get some from my wife.
my mental clarity, my mental sharpness, my focus.
How's your completing of tasks?
Much better.
Okay.
Drastically improved
Mhm.
to a very noticeable level. And not only that, my mood, my energy, the things that piss me off are much different. It's
Do you go? I mean, and not to get off topic, but you go like on them and off of them? Because like for me, even with like vitamins, like I'll take them consistently for months, and then I feel like I start losing like the effect or the gain of them or whatever you want to call it, and I kind of go off for 2 months, and then I'll hop back on to like kind of jumpstart myself.
so I used to.
Does that make sense?
So Megan suggests 5 days on, 2 days off, or 4 days on, 3 days off, and I take it mostly every day of the week, but there's times where I'll go a week without taking some, a couple days without taking some. It's either because I keep it where I'm going to see it. Like I keep it.
Yeah,
right,
so it's just in your
so it's right there, and I have one right next to my bed too. So when I wake up in the morning, but sometimes I still don't even see that. So I have one right in front of me on my desk to remind myself to take them because it does actually help, dude. I call it the limitless pill. I'm not even joking. Like
I know we've talked about it a little bit.
I compare it to, and I highly recommend it. Go Scylla Vitamins. Go to kushcreams.scyllavitamins on Instagram or Scylla Vitamins at protonmail.com. Give them an email and check them out. They're unbelievable. I think it's 3 bottles for 100, 3 months supply for 100.
That what it is, like 3 months supply.
Like 1 bottle for 45, 3 for 100. But a little.
That's it.
Yep, that's it. They come with 0.02 of psilocybin.
It's not. No, it's not focusing.
Nope.
No. It's good, but it's too far.
But it comes with 0.02 of psilocybin, so you're not going to trip or like see Papa Smurf running around or any like color changes. Nothing like that is ever going to happen. But it's got lion's mane, reishi, cordyceps, all those cognitive function mushrooms inside there as well in the capsule that you take, and it makes a huge difference in my everyday, my mental clarity, my sharpness, my mood. I walk around with a shitty grin all day, like I'm just happy. Like even if I'm in a bad mood, like I'm cheesing. Like it's fucking,
jeez,
it's fucking wild, dude.
Could also be the ton of marijuana you smoke every day.
No, but here's the thing: I've been doing that for years.
Yeah, I know.
You know that doesn't affect my mood, smoking like it does for most people. It'll calm me down a little bit, but it won't really affect my mood. Excuse me. Still early over here in Vegas. By the way, speaking of which, it's fucking freezing in Las Vegas right now. It's 45
still
45. It's going to be 18 degrees this Sunday.
18. Well, guess what? That's what it was this morning in New Jersey. Pecker Lips.
18 fucking
in Vegas. Climate change, bro.
I thought it was
we're gonna freeze to death or we're gonna burn alive.
Thought it was global warming.
No, new way in climate change because they're gonna have a climate crisis. You know that. It gets cold in the winter and it gets hot in the summer. What a fucking novel idea, huh?
Yeah, no, fuck this. I moved.
He goes, no, fuck this.
I moved to Las Vegas.
So it's warm.
So it's not.
I know.
Thinking it's going to be hot all year round. Like I could wear shorts in February. No. I was lied to. Who lied to me?
Are they blaming it on climate change? It's supposed to snow by me tomorrow. If that makes you feel better.
Oh, fuck this.
And it already snowed. Did I send you a picture? We already got 3 inches. We got 3 inches on Sunday.
Fuck that.
Yeah, my whole yard's covered, the house, all that.
You got to drive in the snow. You got to shovel the snow. You got to.
No. I just got new truck tires on, so I'm going to be a road warrior.
It's so cold, and it just hurts to be outside, and I don't want to deal with it. Like
breathing, your knees, everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Takes forever to get warmed up.
Oh, dude, even with heated seats. But it's funny. I bought my car in New Jersey, and I bought heated seats, which which I use out here very sparingly. I don't use them
Probably at night, right?
At night occasionally, but like in the winter, I turn them on. They're really nice in the winter when it's like.
Well, you're going to be using them this weekend.
I use them like when it's 40 degrees. I'll get in my car. I'll put on the heated seats all day.
Warm up the newt skis. You're good to go.
Yeah, it feels great. But at the same time, I was like, man, I kind of wish I bought this out here in Vegas because I could go for those cool seats.
Cooled seats, yeah. It's so weird. I don't know if anybody else, like, we got cool, air conditioned seats in the van that we got. Like, Rand's got a pimp ass minivan. Like, it doesn't even look like a minivan. It's the Kia Carnival. It's nice. But we got heated and cold seats. It's the fully loaded. Like, everything you can have in that fucking thing, you have in it, right? It's like
fancy, huh?
Oh, it was fancy. I pulled up to the dealership to buy my mom a car, and then Rand's car was coming up on the lease, and I saw that thing, and it was the first one like on the East Coast. We had it like months before anybody else had it. It just pulled in that day. I'm like, take that too. I'm like, I'll buy 2 cars today. Make me a deal. Let's go. So Mom got a car and Rand got a car, but
you got a car.
I was like fucking Oprah
Winfrey.
Yeah, it was that day.
He's a regular Oprah Winfrey, but
I did, and then the month later, I helped my sister get a car. So, but I'm fortunate I can do that for people.
It's very, very fortunate, dude. Absolutely, and these are things like when we stated last week to be thankful for. Be thankful that you're able to do things like that. Be grateful for those opportunities that you're able to have. It's very important. I think that's one of the best ways to change our mind frame every morning and every night before we go to bed is, life sucks, man. Life is not easy. It's not like it's all sunny days and rainbows all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking hard. And, as much as you want to have a positive attitude and think positively, when you get hit by a Mack truck during your day, it's tough to be happy. Like, you're pissed off.
Mack trucks get a bad rap because everybody's always like, oh, I'm getting, why don't they, like, when you get hit by a Peterbilt?
Yeah, for real.
Right? Think about it. Because everybody's always just like, yo, it's like a fucking Mack truck hit me, Like, but I'm like, what about an international?
It's true.
It's true.
Fucking Peterbilts over here.
I know. Peterbilts are badass.
Yeah, they are. They're nice.
They are.
They're nice.
My not to get off topic, but speaking of Mack trucks, but speaking of Mack trucks,
off topic. But here we go, off topic.
Here we go. Listen, we got it. But that's the thing. Like,
I'm trying to circle it back here.
No, it's tying in. It's embracing the suck because even though life's hitting you like the Mack truck, you still have to make light of the situations and find the silver lining in certain things.
Yeah, one way to do that is to express gratitude and be thankful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's like when you're really pissed off and angry at something, start thinking about the things that you're thankful for. Start thinking about those things, and you won't be angry very long. You won't be angry. And it's difficult. Like I'll tell you right now, you're sitting here, you're mean mugging, you're fucking pissed off, mad at the world. And you're like, and you have that thought in the back of your head, like, all right, be grateful, James. Like, be grateful. Like, it's way easier said than done. Like, it's not something that I'm sitting here. I'm like, all right, I'm fucking pissed off at the world. Like, I mean, I'm so thankful for this and I'm so thankful for that. Like,
but the more you do it, the easier it becomes.
Yes.
And that's what we were talking about earlier in the episode is like, this is a muscle too, and you have to train it. It's the most powerful muscle in your body. It could be your best asset or your worst enemy. But it's all training. And then we say it all the time, like everybody's human. Like, you're going to have the pity party for me moments, but you can't stew there for weeks and days and months at a time. It's like, all right, take your 5 hours, feel sorry for yourself. And then, all right, pivot, move forward. How do we get out of the funk? Because I know personally, and I know you, same thing too. Like, you get into that funk, man, you could be there for quite some time.
Oh, without a doubt. And that's why I listen to this show. And again, it's sports related, but to an extent, and the show is actually called The Pivot, and it's with.
We talked a little bit about that last episode. I think who does that?
It's Ryan Clark, Channing Crowder, and Fred Taylor are the hosts of the show.
I don't know any of those humans, but yes,
Hall of Famer Fred Taylor, Hall of Fame running back. Channing Crowder was a linebacker for the Dolphins, and Ryan Clark was a safety for the Steelers, and he's on ESPN every day.
Okay.
but they do a show called The Pivot, and they bring on all these athletes, and not just athletes, but business.
You were saying, what was it, Marcus? We were talking about the Raiders.
Marcus
Yep,
Russell,
first round draft pick.
They just brought Ryan Leaf on, who's another big bust. They bring on all these great stories, and the whole topic of the conversation. Like, these are a lot of them in many cases are very successful human beings. They've reached the highest level, whether you think that they got there organically or not. Regardless of that fact, these people are peak athletes. Like, they're specimen human beings. Like, you're not
just to be a Division I athlete at a high level in a good college is like you're basically a professional,
without a doubt. So these are some of the and a lot of them are business people. Like Gary Vaynerchuk has been on the show. Like, there's tons and tons of business people and very successful people on the show. And they come on there and they talk about their biggest pivot, like the things that they had to make a move from and change in their life. Because even though they're super successful and doing well,
what's the best pivot you've heard listening to the show?
I still think it was Jamarcus Russell, like his outlook on life and the way, he was so demonized and attacked by the media and made to look like some buffoon, like a moron. And he was always made out to be the guy that pointed fingers and made excuses. And I expected him to come on there and make excuses and
continue to run with that narrative.
Yeah. So I expected him to come on there and do. And he came on. He was like, "Nah, man." He's like, "I'm not mad at all. Like, I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful. NFL gave me a huge head start in life that most people didn't get. I was able to buy my mother a home. Like, I was able to, put food on my family's table. And I'm doing great right now. Like, I still got money. I'm doing
having
great.
Generational wealth.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how he looked at it, rather than saying, you know what, like, fuck all these people. They talk mad shit on me. They're pieces of shit. Fuck that person. They didn't help me. They didn't do this, that, and the other.
And some of these guys, man, like, they think like, oh, it's just a big dumb football player, but like some of these guys, like, even if you see like these offensive linemen, they graduated from like Notre Dame and Harvard and like certain places where like, yeah, you got to be able to ball, but you got to be able to keep those grades in certain schools. Yeah, certain schools. Notre Dame, you're going to tell me Notre Dame, they're not keeping their averages? They didn't get into Notre Dame for being stupid. Maybe University of Miami, where like Ray Lewis and them came out of. But
I'm saying that they're not even doing their schoolwork in most cases.
I find that hard to believe, because any guys that I've met that are that went to a decent school and played ball, like, they're intelligent humans.
Oh, I'm not saying that they're not intelligent.
I'm just saying it. I'm saying in general, but a lot of people
have the grades to get recruited by Notre Dame, 100%. Like,
that's what I'm saying. That's my point.
In high school, you have to have the grades, but while they're in college, I don't think they're doing.
I think they can get some help here and there, but I think there's some guys that really do take advantage of it. And even if they make it to the NFL, or if they don't, like, this was their ride to get that elite education, and they're going to make the most of it. And they come out, and a lot of them are very successful.
There was a lineman that became a doctor while he was an offensive lineman. Like, he had a doctorate, and like, what? But no, it's.
There's a lot of guys. What's the one guy? I remember he won the Super Bowl on like Sunday and showed up to like his college class on Monday. Do you remember seeing that on the IG?
I forget. Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about? It's like, or he was like a World Series champ, and he was still going to school because he wanted to like earn a degree in something, and he like literally won like the city's like, title or whatever, won a World Series. Like, there's people out there like that, man, that are just driven. They want more.
100%. Oh, someone added to the YouTube chat. Miss Elizabeth was another great.
Ooh, Miss. That was that was the OG, man.
Yeah, and woman.
She was
woman.
Yeah, woman.
Well, that was Kristen Wa's wife. Rest in peace.
Yes. Yes. I still call Rand woman about woman.
Oh man, that's hysterical. But no, it's something that you have to figure out what you want to do for yourself to bring joy to your life. You can't You can't just be gangbanging the government 24/7. You'll be a miserable fuck.
Yep.
Very angry. You have to find balance. It's very, very important. And we need to find the cool kid at the club. Because
all right, so we got for our listeners, we got 2 assignments for you. 1, we need to find the cool kids for the club to speak the message. 2, express gratitude this week and see how it changes you just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little dabble do you.
Once a week.
Yeah.
Instead of every day.
Start small, man. Start small.
Small little increments.
It's like an avalanche, I'm telling you.
Yeah, a snowball effect.
Yeah,
snowball
it's like an avalanche.
Exactly what it is. It's the snowball effect.
But very important, messaging first. We need cool kids.
Yeah, no,
me and James are pretty fucking cool, but we're not super famous, so
I'll go to Mar-a-Lago on acid.
I will definitely go to Mar-a-Lago
on acid.
Hunter S. Thompson it without all his crazy fucking rhetoric and demon shit. But yeah,
there you go. Like we could have some fun.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, shake his hand. His wig is just like
I know. His hands are huge like this. Oh my God, you have the biggest hands ever. I know, right? What do I do with these things?
It's like, did you ever see Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
You know, the Uncle Jack with the hands?
Yeah.
Yep. Nobody look!
Yeah. Oh,
so good.
Great show, too. That's a great show.
Such an underrated show.
Oh, it's great. It's funny as shit.
Karen and the Foxhole's like, on acid? Yeah, on acid. Why not? That'd be cool. That'd be a lot of fun. It'd be a story.
That'd be a story.
Yeah, it's one time I went to meet Donald Trump at the White House at Mar-a-Lago. And
tripping my balls off. Yeah.
Big balls. Like his hands were ginormous.
Yes, exactly.
But it was a lot of fun, Garrett. It was a fun winning Wednesday. We'll be back next week, 9 a.m. Me and Alan will be back on Friday for Freedom Fridays. We got Natalie Denise joining us for
nice.
Yeah, it's going to be a heavy show.
Yeah.
Talking a lot of Balenciaga and human trafficking and symbolism and these evil fucks. It's going to be a lot of fun, but it's going to be heavy. So come tune in on Friday. We gangbang on the government. Heavy. Garrett's got his show, Sergeant and Samurai, coming out this week. Just dropped with Alan Jacoby, my co-host.
Yeah, go check it out. And then we'll be on with myself and my co-host Steven will be on with the Two Men tonight. Go take them a look. They should have the episode out tomorrow. So you guys go give Two Men a follow too if you can.
Yeah, go check those guys out. They do great work. They're a lot of fun. And we'll be back next week. Everybody have a great weekend and see you guys on Friday. Until next time, guys, get fucked. No, we love you.
We love you.
We love you guys. Okay.
Have fun.
You want to exercise your freedom on the world, but you don't want to exercise it on yourself. Oh, you'll shut the world down for telling you what you can't do, but you won't say nothing to you when you don't do what you're supposed to do. You're not getting up when you're supposed to get up. You procrastinate, but you let you slide. You want to hold them accountable? Hold yourself accountable too. You always want to blame other people. You want to hold other people to the fire, but you're not holding yourself to the fire. There are things you like, you have absolutely no control. You are like a slave to you. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, why are you only giving 50%? What's wrong with you? And you need to get rid of them excuses, and you need to stop pointing fingers at people. And you need to start pointing fingers at yourself. What did you not do? And the reason why we fast from time to time is not that we have to fast, but at some point, you gotta fast because you gotta tell the flesh who's in control. I'm in control. You're not in control. I know you don't want to wake up. You don't have an option. Get up. We trying to eat. There's a certain lifestyle we want because I owe it to myself. And can't nobody stop me but me. You are not where you want to be, not because you need any more gifts. You need to discipline yourself. You need to learn to tell you no, tell you stop, tell you quit. You got to get to a point where you're disciplined. It might require you saying no to your friends. It might require you changing your diet. Whatever it takes, you got to be willing to do it. And you keep saying you're not there because of something else, because it's easier to blame somebody else. I have to take complete ownership. I had to look at all the things that I didn't have control over and say, I got to take control. Why? When you master yourself, you put yourself in a position that a lot of people can't do what you do, and then you become rare. And diamonds are rare. That's why they cost so much.
You have to be willing to grit it out. You have to be willing to push through discomfort. Nothing that you're about to try or do that is worthwhile is going to be comfortable for you during the process of creating it. Stop with this hope, stop with this I wish, and start replacing those terms with I will fucking do, no matter what.
It's a commitment. It's not a feeling. Commitments don't have nothing to do with your feelings. You do it because you're supposed to.
It's a lifestyle. Instead of hitting that snooze button in the morning and not making your bed and not cleaning your house, you don't hit the snooze button. You get up. You don't want to go run, you go run. You don't want to go swim, you go swim. You don't want to make your bed, you make your bed. You don't want to clean your house, you clean your house. You don't want to study, you fucking study. That's how you start to callous your mind. It's going to suck. It's not going to be fun. Do something that sucks every single day of your life. That's how you grow.
Make every day your masterpiece. The secret of your success is determined by what we do daily.
And here's the crazy part. All you got to do is look in the mirror. All you got to do is deal with yourself, and then we're going to get to a whole other level.
Embrace the pressure. Pressure creates diamonds. Start to take the pressure that you feel from what it is you want to do and turn that into productive action. Let it be the thing that makes you get where you want to go when everybody else is just taking it easy.
No more playing after today. I need you to take control over every single area, and we're going to do it one day at a time. And you're going to get control, and then someday going to be your day.